Hey, what is up YouTube? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this epic fingerboard rail ramp. If you're new to this channel, my name's Mateo, and on my YouTube channel I make content about fingerboarding, skateboarding, and DIY stuff. Please smash that like button. Consider subscribing, it means a lot to me, and let's jump right into the video. Okay, so what you're going to need to make this is you're going to need a ruler, an X-Acto knife, a pencil, a lighter, a pocket knife. Specifically on that pocket knife, you are going to need the saw to cut this hanger. It's going to need to be a plastic hanger. It can't be metal, and you'll see why in a bit. You're going to need one of these like bracelets that are like stretchy and that you put on your hand. You're going to need a hot glue gun with obviously hot glue in it. And you're going to need some stickers, but that's optional. You're also going to need some thin cardboard, specifically from like a shoebox or something. And you're going to need some thick cardboard, like thick, really thick cardboard, the one that they use for like packaging. Okay, so you're going to need to measure the length by 13 cm and the width by 6 cm, and then just line them up together. Okay, so you're now going to need to go and just cut that out. So now when you have that, when you've cut that out, you can just go draw a line from here to there, from one point to the opposite point, and then cut that out. And there I have it, 2 pieces. So now that you have your shoebox type of thing, cardboard, you're gonna go to the corner and you're gonna measure out 12 cm by 13.5 cm. So just another 5 cm bigger than this, and you'll see why just in a little bit. So now you have that lined out, just go ahead and cut it out again. Okay, so now that you have your hot glue gun ready, you're going to take this cardboard piece that you have just cut out, and you're going to take one of these like triangle cardboard pieces out, and you're going to put it on the floor like this and make it sure that it's flat. Make sure it's not like that, but it's like this. So that's 90 degrees and not whatever angle that is. Then you're going to take this, which you just cut out, and glue it to that. So it's like this, and you're going to glue it like this. Now when you're gluing it, it's important that you don't glue it all the way to the top and you have extra here, because in my case I must have measured it wrong, but yeah, so I have a little bit of extra. So you want to just pull over the extra a little bit, so there will be some space up here, and just go over it a little bit so that when you put it down, it aligns with the floor and there's no bump on the wheels when you're using it. And then yeah, just stick it on. Now when you put it on, it doesn't have to be perfect, because with hot glue it doesn't settle right away. But you can just line it so that it does. As you can see, I have a little bit of space right there. And then I'll make sure that this is aligned. Sometimes by pushing it down like that and then taking it off like that. We'll leave a little bit of hot glue, but that does the job. Now you're going to be putting on your next side. So let's get that. Okay, so now as you can see, I have a bit of an extra bit. Like I said, sometimes you will. Just go ahead and cut that off. Okay, so I've just cut off the edges to make it nice and smooth and line up. And now I'm going to be moving on to making the rail. So you're going to need the hanger, and you're going to need the pocket knife, and you're going to need the ruler. So you're just going to take the saw and the pocket knife, and you're just going to actually just start. I already used this one for another rail I made. So I'm just going to be using this end here and this end here. And I'm going to be trying to get as much as I can. And to be honest, it doesn't matter how much you get. You just want to make sure that you stay kind of within the limit. It's okay if you go over by a little bit. Just don't go over way too much, because then you're going to end up with a really weird rail. Okay, so now that you have your little piece of plastic cut out of your hanger, because what we're going to essentially do is we're going to take the lighter, we're going to light it, and then you're going to kind of like burn it and then kind of bend it at a 90-degree angle so that it kind of like is like a rail. And then so you're just going to kind of go and measure the length you want of how high you want the rail to be. So I'm going to just have like, let's see, I cut off 14 cm, and I'm going to have my rail 2 cm high, which means I'm going to have the length of the rail is 10 cm. So I'm gonna kind of just go and kind of measure, like with my saw. I'm gonna go and kind of like scrape of where I'm gonna like burn, so I can bend it. And then you're gonna take your lighter, and then so you're gonna make the rail, and then you can decide whether or not you want it on the ramp. But that's the whole part of the video. So you're gonna put the rail on the ramp from the top, then to the bottom. It doesn't matter if there's a gap there.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and bless.
So as you can see, it's kind of like it's kind of hardened a little. I'm just gonna give it maybe 10 seconds more. And it doesn't matter if this isn't flat, because with hot glue, you're just gonna hot glue it, so it doesn't really matter if it's flat. So that's about good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my next one. But when you do your next one, since it's like this, you want to make sure you don't bend it at like there at 90 degrees. You want to have it the same. So just before it becomes hard, I always press it down. So I'll show you.
And place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance.
Okay, so this is how our rail turned out. This rail, I'm gonna stick it because I made it quite small. The height's quite small and the length's quite small. So the rail's gonna go in the middle, and I'm gonna have it like not too much, because when I come off, it's not really gonna affect when I come off. But when I come on, I want it to be a little closer, so like maybe around there. And then I'm just gonna hot glue this. So. I want to make sure that's straight like that. Okay, so now that you have the rail, you're going to realize when you start using it that it's just no grip. So the way I figured out I could use this is this like rubber band, like it's not really a rubber band, but like a rubber wristband. So you're going to take your X-Acto knife, and you're going to just like cut this, like cut one side so you have one long strip. So now that you have your long strip, you're going to take your ramp, and this should be dry by now. Take your ramp, you're going to put glue on this, and then you're going to stick this onto that. And then the hot glue won't actually stick to this, so you can just take that off once it's dry, and then it'll leave you a nice clean thing of hot glue. Okay, so there we have it, the nice little thin layer of hot glue, which will give it a little bit more grip. And then you're just going to go and do that to the other side. So as you can see, this one didn't turn out as well, but it's still going to put some grip because I didn't cut it. I kind of messed up on the cut, so the glue kind of got in there. And then, but it'll still give it some more grip. And then just want to make sure that you can always put some like weight on it, or try to weigh it down, or just like hold it and use it, but like it kind of does help. Okay, so now for the optional part, we can just add some stickers, which I have, and I'm just gonna put like a van sticker, which I got when I bought my Vans. I'm gonna put that in between the rail. And I'm gonna go ahead and put some more stickers on it. Okay, so as you can see, this is the one I showed you how to make today, which has a ramp, some stickers. Well, it's pretty much just your preference if you want to decorate it and how you decorate it. And a ramp, some rail. I really like this because it kind of puts the rail and the ramp together. So like, if you learn how to make this, you can learn how to make ramps, and you can learn how to, since you can just add ramps. And like, so this is another one I made, which also has stickers and a rail. The rail came off, I stepped on it. But this rail's a lot better than this one. I just didn't have a lot of hanger to work with, because like I didn't want to get the round, because then the round part of the hanger, it's not easy to work with that. You can always heat it and bend it, but then it doesn't like nice when you do 50/50s on this with your fingerboard. So this rail's a little small, but you can just make like all sorts of shape and sizes of ramps. Like I can just go ahead and just use this ramp alone and maybe put some grip or like something so it can stand up by itself. So this is a little something I made for you guys to watch.
Please smash that like button.
For me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh, eh. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. I said, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hands, my D, and look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. But you just beg to see me dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you, see you, see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me.
Smash that like button.